The chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Culberson, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I believe this debate over the funding for the Department of Homeland Security represents a pivotal moment in the history of the United States because it will, I think, determine whether or not we will continue to be a nation of laws or whether or not we will preserve the American Republic left to us by our founders. I always remember as Benjamin Franklin left the Constitutional Convention, a woman asked him, "What kind of government have you given us, Dr. Franklin?" And he said, "A republic if you can keep it." And my hero and mentor Thomas Jefferson always said that a government was Republican only in proportion to the extent that it embodied the will of the people. And this past November, the people of the United States decisively and overwhelmingly rejected the policies of Barack Obama and the Democrat Party. President Obama said, "I'm not on the ballot, but my policies are." And the country spoke decisively and with one voice from coast to coast and said, "We're done. We want our elected officials to enforce the law. We want our borders secure. We want to ensure that America maintains its supremacy around the world. We want our American economy to continue to grow. We want the government out of our lives, out of our way, out of our pocket, and off our backs, as we have done in Texas so successfully over the years, and because of the strength, the diversity of our economy in Texas. The economy in Texas has continued to grow, and the people of Texas have elected a Republican governor, a Republican lieutenant governor, a Republican Senate, a Republican House, and they embody the will of the people of Texas. And the minority party in Texas, the Democrats in the Senate, continued to block the will of the people of Texas, and the new Lieutenant Governor, Dan Patrick, changed the rules because the people of Texas insisted they wanted to see a government that reflected their will, that would enforce the law, secure the border, preserve peace and prosperity, because we all understand that without law enforcement, you can't have good schools, safe streets, a strong economy. This is just common sense, and the people who live along the Rio Grande River understand better than anybody in Texas that if you don't have a secure border, if you don't enforce the law, the streets aren't safe, you can't have good schools, you can't have a strong economy. Laredo is the largest inland port in the United States, and they depend more than anyone else on a secure border and safe streets and good schools. So the people of Texas decisively rejected the policies of Barack Obama and the Democrat Party, yet the Democrat minority in the Senate continued to block the will of the people, so our Lieutenant Governor changed the rules. I would call on Leader McConnell to reflect the will of the people of America, change the rules of the United States Senate just as we did in Texas. The people of America have spoken decisively. They rejected the policies of Barack Obama and the Democrat Party. They expect this Congress to see that the law is enforced, that we respect the separation of powers, that laws are enacted by the people's elected representatives. Change the rules, Mr. Leader, as we did in Texas, and make sure that no minority can block the will of the people. Make sure that our laws are enforced, that the border is secured, that no one person can enact laws with the stroke of a pen. Laws are enacted here in the People's House, in the Congress of the United States, and the people of America voted overwhelmingly to reject the policies of Barack Obama. It is time for the Congress to embody the will of the American people, enforce the law, stop the policies of Barack Obama that the people just decisively rejected. Let's follow the lead of Texas. Change the rules in the Senate, Mr. Leader. And by the way, make the Democrat senators stand up and filibuster. Let's have a real filibuster. Make them stand up there for 18 and 24, 34, 48 hours. Make them stand up there as long as it takes. If they're going to have a filibuster, do it as we do in Texas. Enforce the law, follow the will of the American people, and do what we were elected to do, to preserve this great American republic handed down to us, this precious inheritance handed down to us by the Founding Fathers, and let's honor the hope of Benjamin Franklin that we would preserve this great American republic. And